Hi friends, I am Manivanan RG, a psychologist. In this video, we are going to see how to handle restlessness which is caused by any future events or any future goals or external factors. In our last video, we saw how to handle restlessness when the restlessness is initiated by your own memories and thoughts. That was our previous video. So in this video we are going to see your restlessness which is caused by the external factors or any futuristic goals or any events. So, all of us know, in our previous video also we have discussed, the restlessness means there is a disturbance or an uncomfortable feeling in our restful state of mind. So please refer the previous video once. Now we will directly talk about how to handle restlessness caused by the external factors. In internal factor, the restlessness is caused by your own unpleasant thoughts based on the unpleasant memories of your past or traumas in your mind. Now here, there are two possibilities in external stimulus. There are, first one, the restlessness is caused by any futuristic events, like you are going to attend an interview, or you have joined a new college or school, you are going to that new environment, or you are expecting that a girl is going to propose to you, or a guy is going to propose to you, or vice versa, you are going to propose to someone, or you are going to attend an interview for your job, or you are going to meet a person who is very special to you. So these are all external conditions which actually basically makes a restless state of mind, but it does not create an uncomfortable state of mind to you. Why? Because you are approaching these things with a positive attitude. For example, you are going to a new college or school, or you are going to an interview, you will prepare yourself, your mind, your personality, your body language, so that you feel that you are going to have a maximum benefit out of that. Either you are going to get job, or you are going to learn very good in your new environment, or either the person to whom you are going to propose, they will accept you, such kind of things. So that is in a restlessness, but instead of telling that is as a restlessness, we can call it as anxiety. People most of the time take it as a restlessness. Yeah, restlessness is a side effect of that anxiety, but main factor here is anxiety. So and another case, this is the first case, another one is negative aspect. For example, you are going to meet some people where there is going to be some fight or some arguments, hot arguments, or you are going to meet someone who is which is the meeting which is going to be a bit stressful, or you are going to meet a person or a situation or some place where you feel that a discomfortness. So you feel that you will feel suddenly your mind will start building a defense mechanism. That means how to save myself, how to save my mind, how to save my attitude or my personality or my ego from that damaging or quite uncomfortable situation or person or condition or a place. So this is a kind of defense. Here we can mention that this is quite negative. Why? Because you have a friction in your mind. You have that friction to handle that situation. So that is a kind of anxiety again, but the side effect restlessness will be quite more. So how to handle these situations? Now that's what we are going to see. Now let's first talk about the positive aspect. You're going to meet an interview, you're going to attend an interview, or you're going to meet a person going to propose, or someone is going to propose to you, or you're going to meet someone special. So what here you are going to do? You already, your mind and yourself and your self, the conscious self, is preparing yourself to face such situation successfully in all the corners. Suddenly you will become silent, and when you are having coffee or having food or talking to someone or listening to music, or when you're watching TV or whatever, you will be silent. Why? Because silently your mind will be working inside, and your intelligence will be consciously acquiring all the informations and rehearsing what you have to talk, how you have to behave, and all those things. It's a kind of anxiety. It will be creating anxiety, and with a bit restlessness. It's not totally uncomfortable, but a mild uncomfortableness. So that will be there. It's quite positive. Even someone is going to stop that incident or that condition, what you want to meet as an interview or person or place, whatever. Even if it is going to be stopped also, you will not be willing to stop it. You want to go further because you want that to happen. So you are approaching it positively. So what you have to do actually, one kind of negative anxiety will be created in your mind. That is also mild, like maybe your 10%, 20%. Why? Because that is definitely attached with the end result. For example, you're attending an interview. So there are three possibilities. One, with all your preparation, you're going to successfully get through the interview and you're going to get job. That's the first case. The second case, you are going to do a few mistakes. You yourself know that, for example, your communication is quite not up to the mark, or you have not prepared yourself well for on any one factor of informations, which is the main focus in an interview. So such kind of things. So when you are not able to answer it properly because of communication or because of lack of information, so you might lose the interview, but that is not completely losing interview. The second possibility is actually postponed success. It is not a failure. Why? Because with experience of your failure in that interview, you will enhance yourself, improve yourself. And the next interview when you attend, you will be more flexible, more well informed, and you would have improved your communication skills, and you will definitely do better. So second case is a postponed success. It is not definitely a failure. The third condition is actually definite failure, but at very minimal level. Maybe 5% to 10%. That too due to very constrained, very cornered situation. For example, some interviews like IAS or state service exams interviews, the candidates will be at their last attempts according to their based on their community and all those things. They will be having the last attempts. So that is quite very restlessness state of condition. Anxiety will be quite high. Why? Because if I don't get through this interview, then the dream of becoming officer is completely distorted. So what the candidates will be having, if they will be giving their maximum effort, maximum enhancement in themselves. If they clear, it's well enough. If they don't clear, then that is called as the definite failure. So we have three possibilities. One, complete success, that definite success. Then is postponed success. The third one is complete failure, but at very minimal level. So you are going to meet any three. The first case success, yeah, you're happy. We need not to talk about that. The second case, if it is postponed success, yeah, maybe present moment in this interview or in your attempts or condition, you might have failed, but that is not your entire failure. You can try for other interviews and get through, and you can have a happy life. Who knows, that will be much more better option. And the third one is actually a definite failure. Yeah, like you might have completely loosened chance, like you didn't get through the job. That job is definitely not for you. That's the case. Or you might have proposed someone for your love affair, and they completely rejected. Yeah, that's the entire failure. And some condition or some business proposals or some goals like that, it might deviate with the entire failure. But it does not mean that you have completely failed. That complete failure has happened with only that girl or a boy as proposed partner, or in that interview for particular job, or with that such condition, business or people or something. But does not mean that you can't excel in other fields. Maybe you might have failed in one interview, but you can approach a different dimension with a different concept of job, and you might become a very, very successful person in that. And you might have, a girl or a guy might have rejected you, doesn't mean that you will not at all get married. You can go for other relationship, which nature always gives you. You can go for other relationship, and you that, who knows, that person will be very, very suitable and very, very loving, and you will be very lucky to have that person. That is also possibilities. And in your business, if you have failed and if you start up, you should not give up. There is always a chance to grow in any areas, explore yourself. And in that any business, if you have failed completely and you take up other business and very consciously, carefully when you handle it, that becomes successful. So this is another case. So in this way, your anxiety is handled so that its side effect called restlessness is reduced. Then now the second phase, negative aspect, like you are going to meet negative conditions. Like you know that you have to meet some person today, and that meeting is going to be quite argumentative or fight, quite unpleasant. Or you are going to meet a condition where it is going to be quite stressful, or it is going to be quite discomfortful to your mind and body. Like for example, you don't want to travel today night, but you don't have choice that you have to travel. Why? Because you're stressed out already, you're mentally disturbed, but you have to travel. So that's kind of very stressful. So it creates quite kind of restlessness, and or otherwise you're going to meet a new condition in your life, which is actually quite very new to you, and that is quite uncertain condition, and that definitely creates lots of restlessness through the anxiety. When you know certain things, when you approach, anxiety and restlessness will be less. But when you're going to meet a condition which is going to be quite uncertain, you don't know, but you're trying to approach it, so that time also it is going to create anxiety. So how to handle this situation? So let me tell with an example. What happened? There was a king. The king actually had 3 sons. The last son, the younger one, was always a playful boy. The second son is always quite serious person. The first son is quite balanced in his mind. So the king decides that out of these 3, who should be the next? Who should be the next king? Because it is not just depending upon the age of the person, but depending on the maturity and the administrative capacity of the person, who can be the good next king. So the king has a definite concept that who can be the next administrator, the definition of that next administrator, he sends these three prints to the yogi, who is also a master and who is a guru. So what happens when these three Yuvarajs, when they meet that yogi, the yogi takes them for certain kind of training. So when they enter into that ashram, the yogi gives a test to all the three. He says that take the broom and just sweep all the complete ashram. So all the three princes, they thought that what is this? We are all from king family, and he is giving us this kind of work in the ashram. But anyway, because they have to abide by the guru and king's order, they started sweeping. Suddenly, in between, three disciples of that guru, they came and they hit them with a stick. Suddenly, they got shocked. And they looked at the disciples and told, why did you hit us? They said that it's Guru's order that when you are unconscious, we should hit you. No, we were not unconscious, no. Otherwise, you would not have got hit from us. So they also said that next time you should escape from our hittings. Okay, next time, the next day also, the Guru gives other work. He gives that, okay, just clean all the ashrams, just wash the ashrams, make it very neat. Again, they are a bit disturbed because they are from the king family, but they are doing such kind of works. They are doing it. Now again, those disciples, they come with a stick and they hit. What happens? This last kid, that means the younger prince and the second prince, they got hittings. But the first kid, the first Yuvraj, he did not get hittings. He tried to somehow manage to escape. So the disciples, they tell that these two are eliminated, the younger and the middle Yuvraj. The first one is now taken for the test. The next, what happens? Instead of disciples, the Guru himself come into the picture to test. The first Yuvraj, he is washing his clothes. So he is alone, quite alone. He ensures that no such disciples are coming with the sticks. But he witnesses the Guru comes and stand next to him. And what happens? He will be sitting and washing his clothes, and he will be just into washing his clothes. Suddenly his Guru gives us big pat on his back. With shock and pain, he wakes up and looks at Guru, and Guru tells that now you are restful state, but still you are becoming subconscious and unconscious. So still you have to be conscious. So try to escape from my hitting next time. So from next day, Guru is not able to hit him. He becomes more conscious. And even the restful state also he is conscious. So now Guru calls him and tells that, now when you are sleeping, I will come and hit you at any time. You have to escape from that hitting. Now 1 week, that Yuvraj has got 3 times hittings when he is sleeping. The next week, now Guru is not able to hit a Yuvraj even during the night time when he is sleeping also. Why? Because when he is sleeping also he is conscious. The next, what happens? Guru calls that Yuvraj and tells that now from next week onwards, you are going to sleep and see, I have a knife in my hand. When you are sleeping, I will cut your neck. You have to escape. Now there is no chance for him. There is no chance for him that even if he one time if he misses also, he is dead. So he has to somehow escape. So first 3 days he is not slept. So he watches that Guru is coming with knife, he is awake. So Guru is not able to touch him with knife. The fourth day, he feels damn sleepy. But when he's sleeping, he's able to have a tremendous level of consciousness that he should not die, because his Guru anytime can come and cut his neck. Fifth day was so much of sleepiness. At the same time, he was quite conscious that Guru should not come and touch him with knife. At the same time, Guru comes until to the neck. With consciousness, he wakes up. Sixth day, he was too much tired and so much of sleepiness. At the same time, he doesn't want to give up. So he comes to one conclusion that I have to meet the situation. That either I have to die or I have to wake up. So he feels that even if I slept, if Guru comes and cuts my neck, I have to take it. I have to meet that. That's a condition. Even the Guru, even if I am conscious, if I escape from his cutting, then I am escaped from that problem. So this thought, when it comes to his mind, when he accepts the truth that I have to meet the situation, otherwise I cannot survive. Quite tricky situation. The condition is quite critical. But without meeting this condition, I cannot come out. I have to accept either two possibilities. One, I will get cut and I will die. Another, I will be conscious, I will escape. Sixth day, he sleeps with that. And Guru comes with a knife. And when Guru is approaching that Yuvraj, he gets conscious that Guru is coming. But still his eyes are closed and he is restful state. He is sleeping only, but he is conscious. You might have all felt this kind of experience. When you are sleeping, you are awake. And Guru leaves. He does not take the knife and come next to the neck of the Yuvraj. Next day when he wakes up, Guru tells that your training is over and you can leave now. And Yuvraj asks the Guru that, what I have learned, Guru? He said that acceptance. You are ready to face the situation with that consciousness. You are awake, at the same time you are restful state. You are now perfect to be the administrator. You can be the next king. He sends the Yuvraj. So dear friends, what I mean here, whatever the critical situation you are going to meet in your life that is creating anxiety and restlessness, you have to be very conscious, at the same time accept that it can be either two. Either it might be wrong, it might go wrong, or it might come successful also. This is what negative aspect of anxiety, or the conditions, or the people, or place, whatever may be. So you have to be conscious, at the same time comfortable inside, and you have to meet the situation or condition, people or whatever. It might be negative also, you have to accept it. It might be positive also, and enjoy it. In next video, we shall see further more concepts which will be helpful for your life. All the best.